Abonyi, a former political editor, challenges the assertions made by Adeyanju, stating unequivocally that Obi never made such comments. This defense underscores the conflicting narratives that are currently shaping this discourse. The allegations presented by Adeyanju, which include accusations of state fund misappropriation and bribery, have ignited significant controversy within political circles. Such claims not only attract attention but also fuel debates over ethical governance. Abonyi further reveals that Adeyanju had sought a political ticket from the Labour Party, implying that his grievances could arise from this unfulfilled aspiration. This context lends insight into the possible motivations that may underlie the allegations. Adeyanju provides a personal narrative that underscores the pivotal role of his mother in molding his political perspectives and ambitions. This familial connection resonates as a common theme among many politicians, illustrating how personal history shapes public life. The meeting was facilitated by Adeyanju's earlier public endorsements of Obi as the most suitable candidate for the role, further illustrating the significant impact of public endorsements in the realm of politics. However, controversy erupted when Adeyanju subsequently tweeted about government investments in his family business, thereby raising pressing questions regarding accountability and transparency in political interactions. The intentions and motivations of Adeyanju are called into question, suggesting that his actions may align with a broader political agenda rather than being confined to a mere legal grievance. This phenomenon raises essential concerns about veracity in political discourse. An examination of the role of social media reveals its critical influence in shaping narratives surrounding political figures, illustrating how online allegations can exacerbate tensions and divert attention from central issues. This discussion pivots to the media's significant influence in legal contexts, where public trials can skew perceptions before formal court proceedings commence. This dynamic emphasizes the intricate interplay between the legal system and media in political landscapes. Moreover, the notion of pursuing out-of-court settlements is proposed, reflecting a preference for resolution over confrontation. The personal relationships among the parties involved could indeed facilitate such amicable approaches. The dialogue emphasizes the profound impact of reputational damage on all parties involved. Criticism often elicits strong reactions, particularly when perceived as personal or unwarranted. The relentless media scrutiny faced by Peter Obi is unprecedented, with numerous individuals questioning his character and integrity. This situation underscores the immense pressure exerted on political figures in Nigeria. Peter Obi's steadfast refusal to engage in monetary politics distinctly sets him apart, showcasing his commitment to transparency and accountability within leadership frameworks. Finally, the importance of resolving conflicts among political leaders becomes evident, as it aids in maintaining focus on the overarching objective of creating a new and improved Nigeria. In conclusion, the complexities surrounding these political narratives reveal not just personal ambitions, but also underscore the critical need for integrity and ethical conduct in the pursuit of governance. Marafa articulates a critique regarding the allocation of ministerial positions, highlighting that Zamfara has received a mere single appointment, in stark contrast to other Northwest states, which secured multiple roles. This stark imbalance in representation raises pertinent questions concerning fairness and equity within the political landscape. In the course of the interview, Marafa elucidates his commitment to improving the lives of his constituents through responsible governance, rather than pursuing personal interests, thus underscoring the genuine essence of political engagement and responsibility. Reflecting on the pervasive challenges within Zamfara, Marafa draws attention to the endemic security issues that have plagued the region. He further articulates his rationale for supporting the APC, despite the potential hazards that accompany such a decision, thereby affirming his dedication to addressing critical local issues. Addressing the previous political reward system, Marafa criticizes its focus on rewarding family and friends, which has resulted in grassroots supporters feeling marginalized and unrepresented. This scenario accentuates the necessity for a transformative approach in political representation. During an interactive session, a significant concern emerged regarding the inequitable distribution of political benefits, highlighting the realities faced by grassroots efforts that remain inadequately recognized. The politician anticipates that President Tinubu will take affirmative steps to rectify this disparity. Marafa reflects on his personal rapport with President Tinubu, indicating that this connection empowers him to directly convey grassroots concerns to the president. Such a relationship enhances accountability and ensures that the voices of local constituents are not lost in the corridors of power. Expressing his frustrations, the senator underscores the implications of appointing a minister of state, emphasizing the lack of recognition for their service and dedication to their constituents. This scenario illuminates the barriers politicians face in attaining acknowledgement and respect within the political framework. The senator further recounts the political pressures to endorse a specific candidate, an experience that encapsulates how party loyalty can often overshadow individual convictions. This dynamic lays bare the tension that exists between personal beliefs and the expectations imposed by party affiliation. His interaction with Bola Ahmed Tinubu exemplifies the critical nature of negotiation and collaboration among party leaders. This engagement reflects the strategic alliances that are essential for navigating the complexities within political circles to achieve shared objectives. Notably, a division persists among the political factions within Zamfara, with the speaker representing a distinct camp. This division has engendered feelings of betrayal among supporters of the president, complicating the political landscape further. Despite numerous discussions with the president regarding security challenges, the speaker expresses a sense of neglect, observing that the situation remains unresolved after 2 years. This lack of response raises critical questions about the government's prioritization of security issues. The speaker critiques the government's approach to insecurity, citing a chilling incident where community members were compelled to harm one another without any governmental intervention. This stark reality underscores the pervasive neglect experienced by affected communities. The inconclusive nature of the recent election, along with its subsequent implications, has sparked significant concerns among voters regarding the integrity of the electoral process. Many constituents feel that their votes were disrespected and disregarded, raising alarms about democratic legitimacy. The deployment of military personnel, perceived as lacking familiarity with local contexts, has contributed to a growing sense of distrust. Detractors argue that this undermines the credibility of the state security initiatives, casting doubt on their efficacy. The speaker's reflections on the absence of appropriate rewards from the government illuminate a broader dissatisfaction with the current political leadership. A prevailing sentiment among citizens is that the existing administration has fallen short in addressing their essential needs and concerns. The significance of past connections in politics becomes evident, particularly the relationship forged with the president's wife during their Senate tenure. Such connections have enduring implications, influencing current political decisions and dynamics. Interactions with diverse political figures reveal a readiness to forge friendships, suggesting the potential for future alliances. Nonetheless, the primary focus remains on creating an environment conducive to collective success, rather than engendering conflict. In conclusion, the speaker emphasizes the urgent need for a political landscape that nurtures success and unity among its members, contrasting sharply with the current fragmentation within the APC. This quest for a supportive political home is not merely an aspiration, but a necessary condition for effective governance.
What actually happened? I mean, can you reflect on that meeting between Peter Obi and Adeyanju? And you have said that DG had wanted a ticket for the Ahmad Buhari federal constituency to be given to him by the Labour Party. But of course, maybe because he didn't get that, that could have led to this kind of comments.
Well, I wouldn't want to go into insinuating from that angle. I was actually at the meeting, not only at the meeting, but I brokered it. When I was in PDP, I headed a media committee to revive PDP. And at that time, some of these activists were coming around, and Deji was among them. That was when I met Deji, and we cultivated a relationship. So immediately after Mr. Peter Obi got the Labour Party ticket in May 2022, the euphoria of that time, Deji was contemplating running for House of Representatives for Abuja. And I felt that the Labour Party needed somebody like him who is young and activist, popular, and all those things. And I discussed it with Obi. I said, look, we need somebody like this who can try to arouse the public. And I arranged for us to meet. And three of us met in the night. And we discussed amicably. Obi, as usual, welcomed the meeting and explained his life, how he came into politics and why what he has done and all those things. After explaining, Deji was also touched. He started his own story and talked about how the mother played huge impact on him and all that.
Yeah, the murder case that was filed against him.
No.
Or his own mother.
Mother.
Oh, okay. I thought
you understand?
No.
I didn't have a we didn't discuss any other thing except after Obi finished his story, Deji now told his own story. And at the end of the day, we left there. It was a long discussion and a very friendly discussion. Because before then, Deji was in the public space, various statements and all that, supporting that this is the best man for this job. So it was based on that the meeting was even brokered in the first place. And after the meeting, 4 weeks after, he issued a statement, tweeted that Obi told him in that meeting that invested government money in his family business.
That's the Anambra State government.
Yes, government money in his family business. I couldn't imagine whether it's the one I attended.
And you were there all through. Was there also any offer of monetary inducement?
I was there. Not only that, I was there all through. I left there with Deji.
Interesting.
So when I saw that statement, my initial reaction was that could they have met without me?
Somewhere else apart from that meeting.
You understand? Because the way he presented it was so assertive that it would be difficult for you to begin to doubt whether it's the one who participated. So I called Deji. I said, what happened? Did you meet with Peter Obi in another place after I left or another place? He didn't give me any response. And I issued a statement 2022.
Yeah, I mean, I received that statement. Yes. We reported it. And you've just gone ahead to issue another statement. I mean, but what do you think would be the primary motive for Adeyanju's revelation? Because he says he's prepared to go to court if indeed Obi takes him to court and that he has evidence.
Well, I am curious because I will love to know, in terms of what may have prompted it, that will be going into Deji's mind, which I don't want to go. You understand? But I'm curious to see if this matter goes to court. Then let me see that. Because if it's something I was an outsider, then I was okay, maybe this happened, or you can never swear for anything. But for this one, I cannot imagine.
Well, maybe the lawyers will be reaching out to you to serve as a primary witness in the case.
No, but to me, this matter is a distraction to the project.
You think so?
Yes.
You think that maybe some people, because I mean there have been allegations against Deji against him online, that maybe the APC is trying to use him. Some people even brought out, different insinuations that he had an alleged murder case previously, and then of course one of the people who helped him out was Festus Keyamo. Maybe Deji is working for the APC and all of that through the back door to stop Obi. I mean, different things. How the online space is like. I mean, do you think, as a political editor, this is calculated to distract Obi?
Definitely. Definitely, because given the way Deji is pursuing it, you know that there's some political undertone. Otherwise, if you made an allegation against somebody and say he's going to court, why rush to the media and start a media trial?
Well,
you are a lawyer.
He claims that some of Peter Obi's supporters are all out against him, abusing him. They even allegedly said that, one of the supporters, Sarah Ibrahim, had called his wife a whore, and all sort of things happening. And Peter Obi did not caution his supporters, particularly this person, allegedly.
I don't know whether he's in Peter Obi's camp to know how Peter Obi reacts to things. Because he's not qualified to say that Peter Obi did not do something because he wouldn't know and he's not there. But the truth of the matter is that the way Deji is taking it, if you have made an allegation against somebody and you are a lawyer, go to court. Like I said, when this meeting took place, Deji was not a lawyer.
Yes.
And now he is a lawyer. I expected something more mature in handling this case.
Yeah, but I love the way you actually put it too, that these gentlemen are your friends, two of them, and that you would love to see how this can actually be settled. Is there any way that there could be maybe an out-of-court settlement if it does get to court, or you wouldn't even allow it to get to court in the first instance? Is there any way you could bring these two gentlemen together?
Well, you
think it's too late?
I am not a lawyer, and when lawyers are involved in a case, it's only them that will determine the extent. Me, as a journalist and a friend of the two, I don't mind. Because to me, Obi is focused on the ball.
Yeah, but he feels injured. I mean,
yes,
he said his reputation has been injured. Deji too is also saying that he feels injured by obedience who are also abusing the hell out of him and all of that.
The thing is, anybody who has been following Obi's trend, Obi don't react to criticism, except when he goes to personalized things like this.
All right.
You understand? He doesn't like it. Even this one, I can tell you, pressure is on him. Why are you going to court?
Yes, I mean...
You understand? you understand? But the point is, it has to do with his reputation. So at a point, you have to look at both ways. But it doesn't mean it cannot be out of court. You understand? It's something that can be settled out of court. But it depends on the disposition of... If the media trial continues, nobody will just sit down and wait. But the most important thing is that it's a distraction to the main project.
All right, Abonyi, before we actually end this conversation, I want to speak from a higher level. Some people are saying that Peter Obi, by threatening to go to court, that means that he can't swallow what his own supporters are giving to others. That people like President Bola Tinubu, I mean, a whole lot of obedience have abused him, but he chose not to go to court. That can't Peter Obi act from a much more higher level? And, look at this, maybe like a distraction and ignore it. Because Tinubu has been abused severally, Atiku too has been abused severally, and other leaders, yet they don't go to court. That this is the price you have to pay for putting yourself out there.
That is to an angle. But anybody who has been following Peter Obi since he became a national figure at presidential level, we know that nobody has been so abused in the media space like him. Somebody like Reno Mokori was hired just to attack him. Has he talked to me? Has he gotten to God?
I mean,
there are so many of that.
Always read.
You understand?
Their interactions.
There are so many other characters. You understand? And even if, like they just said, he offered him money and he refused and all that. Anybody who knows Peter Obi is a Catholic, an ardent Catholic, and he went to adoration ground of Mbaka. And Mbaka wanted him to pronounce amount with the crowd there who will clap for him and they will pray to him and say, look, I don't mention money. Yeah. Show me the project, I'll do for you. And I will do it. And this created some dispute between him and Father Mbaka.
All right,
that is Peter Obi when it comes to money issue. This matter, there are so many criticisms Obi has received. This because this touched on his person. The presidential spokesperson, Bayo Nanuga, woke up the other day and said Peter was organizing during the protest.
All right.
And he threatened
representation in political appointments at the federal level. Now he says the state was given only a Minister of State portfolio, while most states in the Northwest Geopolitical Zone got 2 slots each. Now describing as much more unfair the allocation given to the Southwest Geopolitical Zone that corners the entire financial sector, with some states getting multiple ministerial slots and countless agencies. All right, joining us now from his base in Kaduna, northwest of the country, is Senator Kabiru Marafa, a former federal lawmaker who represented Zamfara Central in the 7th and 8th National Assembly. Thank you, Senator, for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much.
All right, talk to us on these very strong words that you've used against President Bola Tinubu. You've said that he used and dumped you and your followers after mobilizing for his campaign and serving as his coordinator, including telling him then not to come to Zamfara, that you were going to deliver a vote for him, to which you say that you actually did deliver. And after 2 years, President Tinubu seems to have abandoned you. I mean, did you do that so that you also get an appointment, or you did that out of goodwill for the APC? And has that goodwill now been extinguished?
Thank you very much, Arise TV. Let me begin by saying, you know, in every endeavor of life, you join it for a particular reason. I'm in politics not to enrich myself. I'm in politics to impact on the lives of my followers. And I cannot do it if I'm not involved in governance, in decision-making, you know, and in patronage. I was in the National Assembly for 8 years. And I know what I've been able to do to my people because I was involved in governance at that level and at that time. If you give me the whole wealth of Elijah Aliko Dangote, for instance, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did to my people in that 8 years in terms of impacting on their lives. And that is the whole essence of politics as far as I'm concerned. If it is about enriching myself, I don't need to endanger my life and endanger the lives of my followers, you know, going to nook and crannies of the Zamfara state with this endemic security issues around the place. But I did it for the sole reason of, you know, believing in Mr. President that I know personally, and for some other reasons. But most importantly is I believe if we are able to form government, Mr. President would definitely look at us and do the needful for us. Let me remind you or other people, one of the selling points, one of the key message I took to Zamfara State, you know, to convince them to vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was when we told him the reward system of APC in the last 8 years, that is at that time, was nothing but, it is like more of family and friends, kind of. And as a politician, as a grassroots politician, you know, we found our people left behind. And President Tinubu, I remember, point blank, told us that he was going to change the reward system of the APC if voted into office. And I took that message right, you know, to the doorstep of my followers in Zamfara State. Now, another issue, there was an interactive session we had with him at the PCC headquarters in Abuja, that is Presidential Campaign Council. And one of the questions I had in mind, a lady, I think from Akwa Ibom, asked him that, Mr. President in waiting, one of the problems we have as politicians is this system where monkey they walk and baboon they chop. And Mr. President promptly, without
All right, so we seem to have had a technological glitch there with Senator Kabiru Marafa.
And he's going to do a standing ovation for him. Interactive session, I think National Assembly candidates in the PCC headquarters. He promised without mincing words that he was meaning that support that, you know, in these two messages I took to the people of the, telling them that I know the president personally. If you see us talking with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you don't need to do that. We know ourselves, and there is this connection between us. that I take the message right to him and he listens to it. I thank him very much for that. Anytime he sees me, wherever we meet, you know, he always show that that connection, you know, that feeling of liveliness of, you know, somebody that he believes in. Right from when we in 2019, the National Assembly politics. So these are the two issues. But unfortunately, what we are seeing is he didn't even kill the monkey, the baboons. Rather, Mr. President is fattening them. They have grown so big, so wonderfully beautiful that people that did the job at the grassroots level tell you. One of the things we said, in the whole Northwest, 7 states of Northwest, it is only the Zamfara state and the Jigawa state Mr. President won. He lost in Kebbi, Sokoto, he lost in Katsina, he lost in Kano, and he lost in Kaduna. But he won in profoundly. But what do we have? Today, Kano State has 2 ministerial slots, uncountable number of agencies. They are our brothers, they are our sisters, we are happy for them. The basket is so full, is so big, Mr. President can extend the same thing to us.
All right, Senator.
Now, Sokoto State has 2 ministerial slots. It has 2 ministerial slots. Countless number of agencies. What is it? What we were given is a paltry, you know, an insulting position of Minister of State. What is the meaning of that?
Senator, so, if I may interrupt you. If I may interrupt you.
As far as we are concerned, don't forget, the person that is given this Minister of State was he was a 12 years member of House of Representatives and 4 years governor of our state. But that is the only reward Mr. President deems us fit. But most annoying to me, you know, Mr. President knew our situation in the Zamfara state. We had serious problems that emanated from the time of 2019 National Assembly elections. When the former president, may his soul rest in peace, you know, pitched his tent with Ahmed Lawan against Bola Saraki. Now, we were asked as senators from Northwest that this is the president's mind is. Now, we went to, that was the first time I knew Mr. President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I didn't know him before that time. Or rather, we know ourselves from a distant position. Now, I fought the law of my state, now a sitting senator, Abdulaziz Yara Abubakar, who after and him, we spoke, we sat in Hilton Hotel, that Your Excellency, this is the message I got, that Mr. President, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, said that we should, because at that time I was supporting Bukola Saraki, but we were called and asked that we are from Northwest, and the President is from Northwest, and this is the thinking of the President. So we were asked to please support the position of Mr. President. We should vote for Ahmed Lawan, who was equally my friend and my colleague from. So I now told Yari, were you told as a governor that this is the position of APC, that we should support, what do you call him, Ahmed Lawan? He told me that he was told. Okay, so position. He said, Marafa, do I need to tell you the position? This is where the president is. This is what we are going to do. So we started this campaign of Mr. Ahmed Lawan. We went to see Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That was the first time I came into contact with him one-on-one. We now presented our candidate. This is the position of APC, we are told, and you are the APC leader. So what do you have to say about it? He told us that his own is that of His Excellency, the former governor of Benue State, secretary to the state, that he promised to support Akumi. So he now told us that Akumi is here. Please go and settle yourselves together. Once you do that, I have no problem with that. We were running from to morning and we were able to convince Akumi to join the trend, and he agreed to be the Deputy Senate President to Mr. Ahmed Lawan. And we came back to Mr. President now, and then that, sir, we have settled with Akumi in attendance. He clapped and he was so happy, and he said, okay, he is going to support Mr. President Alhaji Muhammadu Buhari that time. In fairness to him, people thought that he failed. This actually. So from that time, he took the campaign and put it on his head.
All right, Senator.
Now, he knew exactly what happened between me and Yari. Now, at the 11th hour, when the parties go and conduct a mock between Bukola Saraki and Mr. Ahmed Lawan. No, let me finish. Let me finish this. I think it's very important for Nigerians to know.
All right, Senator. Let me just give you. I just
now, Yari called me in the. We were in the hall at that time and said that we should abandon Ahmed Lawan and support Bukola Saraki. I hear well. You can't do that. After we have agreed, after we have come this far, now at the 11th hour you are calling me to support Bukola Saraki. Bukola Saraki is my friend, but I'm not going to do it. That was the beginning of our fight. And Mr. President, President now knew exactly, and he knew the role he played. Now, surprisingly, now we have three camps in Zamfara: the camp of Bello, the minister, camp of Yari, and my own camp, conciliation. And His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu knew exactly what happened. In his maiden speech, the speech he delivered immediately after he was declared winner of the election, he mentioned the three of us. Now, all these two groups were rewarded. Their members were accommodated. But I, as his coordinator in the Zamfara state, to my people, but most insulting as far as I'm concerned is the security situation of my state, which at times without number.
Let's come to that issue, I mean, so that you have some time to rest.
Now, look, worst again.
Yeah, I just want you to just hold on and take your breath so that you are able to put your points very clearly. You said you are actually angered that despite your contributions as the coordinator and helping Mr. President to win his election, you've not been properly rewarded. But then some Nigerians have said that must it always be about reward? How about pressing issues in Zamfara, like the issues of insecurity and all of that? And you also accused Mr. President of allegedly himself and his party using security operatives to actually win the Kaura Namoda election while leaving communities who are affected by banditry all to themselves. Can you expatiate on that?
That's what I'm saying. I'm coming to that point. That's what I'm saying. Now, the issues are this. Now, when this is the one and only issue I presented to Mr. President now, times without number. He gave me, the previous once as president-elect and about 3 times as president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in his office. And at all meetings, I talked to him about this security situation. So we now said, after he won, give him time. Let us see what he's going to do. 2 years after, there is nothing. So I was surprised with this decision now. Election. Now, this same constituency where this election took place, now 38 members of that community were assembled by these bandits, were abducted, assembled in one place, and asked to slaughter themselves one after the other, by themselves, slaughtering themselves like. Now, only 4 of them resisted this, and they were shot point blank at that moment. Now, nothing happened. There was no word from the federal government. There was no delegation to come and condole the people of Zamfara state. There was no palliative, nothing to the families of these victims. The same constituency. Now, about 3 weeks after, now this came up. Now we were watching. Now, at that point, that is when every Zamfara citizen knew that we have Ministry of Defense. Then we started seeing troops coming into the police presence was heavy. Now, what do you call it? Now, money inducement, everything, APC stood like Iroko tree in that area with their members sleeping in the communities. Now, for them to win that election, forgetting that constituency first initially in 2023 belonged to them. They want the person that died was and he won by even higher votes than the vote. But that is not the issue. Now we now started talking. So federal government has this might. So federal government can deploy these troops to this area. Now the election was inconclusive. Now 5 polling units were left, and the INEC promptly announced that the inconclusive election would hold last week Thursday. Now during that election of just 4 polling units, now a DIG of police was deployed to the area. 2 commissioners of police, in addition to the commissioner of police in Zamfara, was deployed. Now heavy armed military men, we don't even know from where, according to his boys, they told everybody that cares to listen in Zamfara that Matawale send military men that doesn't even understand Hausa, that they are coming, the only language they understand is APC. And we saw exactly that, and the APC was delivered. Now, we now convene and ask ourselves, is this beautiful? So this is only after our votes. Now, we voted for APC. Maybe that was our crime.
We don't have enough time, actually, Senator.
Now, the reward we get from Mr. President is nothing but a pittance.
All right, Senator.
We now
very quickly,
let us give you more time.
Very quickly, Senator. Where are you defecting to now?
Yes.
Having had this situation that you have said that there's no proper reward system, you said yourself and your supporters have left the APC. Where are you defecting to at the moment?
Well, you know, me, I'm a Democrat. I always consult people. We are disappointed with the APC, frankly, and we have said our reasons why we are not happy. The Kaurana straw that broke the camel's back. If the APC government has that power, the people, the state has a lot to do. He has a lot to contribute in the security situation in the state. But everybody knows where the box stops. Mr. President is the commander in chief. The police, the army, the vigilante, everybody is under Mr. President. Now, they were not deployed, you know, to protect the lives and properties. Even the home local Minister of Defense. Now, I think the only place that is safe now is Baradun itself. That is the headquarters. If he is not Minister of State today, he cannot go to Maradun. Since when he went to Maradun only 2 times. One was when appeal court that there will going to be like a rerun election, you know, the gubernatorial rerun election. He quickly ran back home and assembled people, you know, in case there election. Then the last
answered my question yet. So you still haven't answered my question yet. Where are you defecting to?
Yes, the question is, we are time. We are not in a hurry. We need to study the system. We have been in the trenches for 6 years now. Like I told you, right from that National Assembly debacle, that time, now we have not been able to get it right. The only time we were able to come together was during the election of Mr. President, that is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The 3 of us, you know, were settled. We came together, but with a lot of mistrust and suspicion. We lost even the gubernatorial election. I lost my election because I was not too keen about it. I was keen about the assignment given to me to deliver Mr. President. Anyway, we lost so many seats of National Assembly. So we have been in the trenches for 6 years, and thank God, God placed us far and above, you know, our, what do you call it?
All right, Senator Marafa.
Our enemies.
I know.
Bloodiness. So now we are going to take our time, now study the political parties, because we are not going to take a hasty decision, you know, to political party where another fight will start. We are not after
all right, Senator, just before I let you go.
Our people.
Yes. Just before I let you go, I know how very close you are to Senator Oluremi Tinubu, who is the president's wife, while you were in the Senate. I mean, I covered both of you, and I know how, you know, in one way or the other, you all had interactions. you know, can we say that you haven't had any interaction with Mr. President through that channel? And what if President Tinubu reaches out to you through other channels? Is there any room for reconciliation, or you're totally done with the APC? Very quickly before I let you go.
Thank you very much for that question. Her Excellency, the wife of the President and the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, was my colleague for 8 years. And we well with her, and let me quickly say, like I said, engineering campaign, I thank her so much. She has a very good heart. When I came up with a motion to support the orphans and widows of Zamfara State, I would never forget, she was the first person that contributed 1 million naira almost instantly, followed by my Lagos State Senator Ashapa. He contributed, I think, 500,000. Her Excellency did very well. But I think some very obvious reasons, I think she is part of these problems now because of so many reasons. My support for my friend Senator Ashapa when he was denied ticket in Lagos, I felt very bad, about it, and I spoke to Mr. Like I told you, we are very close with him. I called him and I talked to him. Marafa, I said, sir, I'm your boy. Anywhere you call me. I remember that time I was in Akwa, it was at Uyo. He called me to Lagos and he explained things to me. And I think that didn't settle well with Her Excellency. You know, I so much appreciated what Mr. President did to me that time. In Lagos, in his house. We spent more than explaining to me why take the decision he called us of Lagos State. Sincerely, that is one of the things that make